Hello there, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Rich from PCGamesN here, and I'm joined once again by Big Bad Ben Barrett.
That is definitely my whole name.
This is on your birth certificate, right?
Yeah. That's what they put. They were going to give me 4 names anyway, and they were like, "Well, you might as well."
Yeah. Well, okay, good. That's out the way. We're here once again to talk about League of Legends and the League of Legends patch, which is underway on the PvE.
Yeah.
Kick us off, Ben. What's the top of the story?
So patch 7.5, it's on the PBE. Should be there for the next about week and a half. They put it on slightly late, which is why this video is coming to you slightly late. Usually we'd like to get them up before the weekend, but this one's coming up now, just because they put it up a day late because of President's Day over in the US.
Right.
Certainly something to be celebrated. So the kind of the big news for this one is that Atrox is getting a bit of a rework. Now, we've used the word rework before, and whenever we used it before, it's been about them kind of redesigning a whole champion sort of from the ground up to do like new lore and new new stories about them, and they also get like a model rework and that sort of thing. This isn't that, but it's big enough scale in terms of mechanics that I think it's worth calling a rework anyway. Okay. He's kind of one of the game's coolest champions in terms of like how he's designed. He's fairly recent. I think he's within the last couple of years. I remember him coming out anyway. Like it's since I started really paying attention to the game. And yeah, like he's like this cool kind of super demon dude. Very edgy, very late 90s. But you know they've kind of made it work as they do.
I'm getting a picture.
Yeah. But so they're basically changing his gameplay completely, and they're making it so it's all about filling and draining this blood well that is his passive, and you now do that through using your abilities. When it caps out, you go into this blood rush mode, gives you a big buff, and it also means that when you die you get resurrected. Previously he had that resurrect mechanic, but it was like, I think when it came out it was really good, and then they had to nerf it, and since then he's kind of just not been very good. Okay. Like not very usable, and so they're kind of trying to make him so he's interesting again, using this, and it looks fairly cool.
It looks fairly well. I mean, that's half the battle, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, interesting stuff. Any other reworks that are on the cards?
So a bunch of items and masteries seem to be getting reworked in this one. It's actually a fairly large patch, certainly bigger than they are normally. I'm not particularly sure why. Usually we have like 2 really big patches a year, which is the mid-season patch and the end of year, like new season patch, start of year patch. This one seems like it's fairly large. Doran's Shield, Bond of Stone, and Warlord's Bloodlust are all getting pretty much completely redesigned. The Doran's Shield is now being made to be more like more about health regen, rather than before it was kind of about blocking damage directly. Okay. It seems like those changes they might actually be moving into patch 7.6 because I think they're still trying to get them right. Bond of Stone and Warlord's Bloodlust, which are two of the masteries in the game. Bond of Stone is now based around having a pure amount of health. And is also like changing how your CC works, meaning whenever you CC someone, that person takes additional damage from your allies and that sort of thing. And then Warlord's Bloodlust is going to be this thing where if you move around or you auto attack, it gives you this stacking buff, which gives you more lifesteal and also more movement speed, which is designed for AD carries to be able to move around and survive more easily. They seem like pretty cool changes. It seems like this patch is maybe about taking several elements of the game that don't work particularly well and that could, be more interesting and could be better choices, and actually making those work.
Okay, good stuff. And as always, we have to talk about the cosmetics in any patch. What changes are coming to cosmetics?
So yeah, this patch we're getting 2 new skins. Try and get this right. They are Dragon Sorceress Zyra and Dragon Slayer Xin Zhao. Nailed it. And they are 1350 RP each. So that's kind of the reasonably expensive marker that means that the skins are pretty high quality, even if they do cost you a little bit more. They both look pretty cool. The Dragon Slayer one is pretty standard. It's like, hey, there's a guy with a spear, let's make it so he kills dragons. Normal. But the Dragon Sorceress is a lot more interesting. It's a lot of a bigger change to Zyra, who's normally all about plants, and now her plants have been replaced with dragons, which, just take something and replace it with a dragon. I'm going to be happy about that whenever it happens. Nice. And also, on top of that, they're also making it so each champion, every single champion in the game, is getting a unique recall animation. This is something they started doing with various skins and also any new champions, at least for the last, I would say, couple of years. But they're now going to take a bunch of animations that aren't particularly commonly seen, and they're going to integrate those into the recall animation for every champion in the game, and those should happen with 7.5.
I love it. It's like every time I hear about a new league patch, it's almost like they're thinking, what more stuff can we put in this game?
Yeah, it is really about building it up, and there's always something cool that they're doing, whether it's gameplay related or not, that really feels like a big sort of feature.
Awesome. League marches on. Thanks very much, Ben, and thank you all very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Are you excited for the new changes? Are you excited for the patch?